and gentlemen, please
be advised of the following facts.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. On a good night, listener discretion is advised.
What did that guy say?
I don't know. That music was ripping, though.
The phone number for LoveLine is 1-800-LOVE-191. That's 1-800-LOVE-191.
And now, here's LoveLine with your hosts, Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Is that how the contraceptive Depo-Provera works? It just kills your sex drive?
No, but it's an interesting sort of potential for its use there. Maybe we ought to be spreading it around.
Yeah, like putting it in the drinking water like fluoride?
Yeah, you see.
No, why not? We put fluoride in the drinking water. Why? Just for the greater good.
That's right.
Why not do this?
More important.
Wait till I'm in charge.
Right, but
I'm going to stand at that aqueduct. I'm going to be dumping in birth control and mood stabilizers and Vicodin and maybe just a eye of newt.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's going to be a big witch's brew that comes out of your faucet.
I know it delights you to think that way, but
is there anything as safe as Depo-Provera?
As safe as? Sure.
Excuse me, but as effective as controlling birth that isn't as killer on the sex drive?
Yeah, I mean, all the oral contraceptive pills, there are a couple of versions that actually tend to enhance sex drive. So the triphasic pills,
great,
the triphasal and Ortho-7/7, whatnot, these can actually increase sex drive. So after she's 3 months after her last shot, you may want to switch over to the pill. Okay?
Okay, thanks, guys.
All
right, Ivan. It's weird when a caller gets off the phone with us.
I mean, quickly, without us cutting them off, you mean? Yeah, somebody says goodbye.
Our callers are sort of, I was caught off guard there. Our callers are like insurance salesmen, and you run into them at a party. You know, for the last 20 minutes, you've been trying to wiggle your way out of the conversation. Well, you know, the wife's, she's a little under the weather, so I ought to be, or I got to piss, or, you know, the keg looks like it's about empty. I'm going to run out there before.
Sometimes I'll even start those conversations with, you know, I'm in a big hurry. I've got to leave in 10 minutes. I got to be out of here.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
They love to talk. Phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Tonight, our guest will be the band Propellerheads. Now, actually, it's just Alex Gifford from Propellerheads, and he will be in here. What?
2 guys in the band, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just got one of them.
Okay.
So we got 50% of the band.
All the way in from England. Is he out here now?
Is Alex out here now?
Oh,
no.
They're both?
No, one of them is still in England.
I see.
Alex is here.
I see.
And has he moved out here, I guess, is your question.
That was my question.
I think the answer to that is no.
Okay.
All right, but we can find out from him when he comes in here in about 10 minutes.
All right.
All right, until then, we'll drudge forward. Jade.
Jade has called apparently 2 of the last 3 nights, something like that. Jade?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, what's going on?
I just want to know if a boy is molested as a young boy, will he grow up to be a pedophile?
Certainly that is a recipe for that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that.
How do you know?
You don't know. I don't know what circumstances, in other words, if you knew a child had been sexually abused as a youngster, how would you raise them or what emotional support would you give them to decrease the probability that that would happen? I think one of the things you would, I mean, obviously, you know, anything that contributes to emotional health and security and sense of self-worth, you want to create a real stable environment for him, get treatment for him, help him establish relationships that are intimate with friends and as he gets older with other peers.
Not too intimate, but you got to understand this. Whenever they do these tests or these, whenever they throw statistics at you, understand that the kid who's involved or in molestation or who is brought up in a family where there's molestation, it's not only the molestation that is the driving force, but there's the family that's feeling him up.
Well, or the circumstances in the family that lead to him being prone to be victimized.
Right.
You understand? And that's a feature that it's hard to separate out from the fact of the victimization.
Well, what I'm saying is
we got you, right?
Yeah, you got me, Drew, but I don't know if everyone else has me.
All right, say it again.
I'm just saying, it's not like you pulled, you know, Ozzy, one of Ozzy and Harriet's kids got molested and then thrust back in with Ozzy and Harriet.
Right.
Most of the time, if you're a kid whose grandfather or father's feeling you up, that is your immediate family. That is what you're growing up around. There's alcoholism, there's confusion. So not only is the molestation driving you in the future, but it's just growing up in total chaos above and beyond molestation.
That, or if, say, a perpetrator is from outside the family, what was it that led the kid to be such a fertile victim? What may let him stray from the family and be able to be victimized in that way? Because that says something about the family, too, sometimes.
Right.
Oftentimes. All right, Jade?
Why? What happened?
I've been dating my boyfriend for 9 months, and he just told me about 3 days ago that he's pretty sure his stepdad did stuff to his sister, and he does not know for sure if anything happened to him.
Well, here's the data on men and women who are abused, or young kids that are, that the basic, and this, I just read this in the journal the other day, and I thought it really met with my experience of all this, and that is that the predominant pattern, just in great generalities, are if a young boy is abused, the male tends to grow up to be somebody who objectifies other people and who tends to be a victimizer or user, so to speak. While women...
So he could be a producer.
So while women tend to... Or just be in radio. Right?
TV. Sure.
Or the women tend to...
Agent, casting agent, publicist.
Tend to pursue power by, again, objectifying men, but using them as a way to try to develop a position of power and power over that man.
All right, but if it was an isolated thing, it happened on one occasion, the guy's 25, 28 now, you've been seeing him for a while, he doesn't have a history of anything. It's not like he's going to snap on his 30th birthday.
Much more serious concern she needs to be worried about is whether or not he's capable of having intimate relationships, and if he has them, are they going to be terribly chaotic?
Shell.
Yeah?
You're 20.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello. Well, I'm just wondering if it's a good idea for me.
What's going on in the background there, Shell?
Okay, hold on. Let me turn it off.
Okay, well, hang on. Let's see. Chris.
Yeah?
You're 20.
Yeah, hi.
What's going on?
I just started seeing this guy like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me if I ever slept with a girl. And I have like 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then he asked me if I had ever had a threesome.
Now, let me stop right there for a second. I mean, what the hell is with the guy that would know enough? I mean, would think to ask that question 2 weeks into a relationship.
I don't know. Weird.
I mean, but then the answer is, oh yeah, just a couple months ago. I mean, how did a guy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How would he?
Well, he probably met her at a strip joint or something.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway.
He may have just been part of the normal melon thumping process a guy goes through when he's meeting a new girl.
Why don't you get out of the relationship right then? You know what he's up to.
Not necessarily.
You know what he's up to.
No. You know, you've gone out with women and asked them questions about their past fairly early in the relationship.
Not bizarre.
Sure you have. Then, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your answer to him?
Well, I said yes.
Uh-huh.
I was with a girl like 6 months ago.
Uh-huh.
And then he asked me if I ever had a threesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I was with the girl 6 months ago, there was also a guy in there, so I also said yes to that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
then,
so did you have sex with the guy?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you did have a threesome?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is that so mysterious to you right now?
No, I just mean the way she said it was the guy said, "Were you with a girl?" And she said, "Yeah." And then she said, he said, "Did you ever have a threesome?" And she said, "Well, the time I was with the girl, there was a guy
like there are different events
in there too."
Right, exactly.
So I said yes, but it sounded to me like that was a technicality, like the guy may have just been cleaning the carpet or something. Pardon the pun. But you had a threesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then he asked if we could have a threesome. And
imagine that.
Right.
I mean, I've only known him for 2 weeks.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I should, but I don't know.
Chris, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm not really sure.
No, wait a minute. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't even know him.
Yes, of course not.
How well do you know the guy in the threesome?
Well, no, wait a minute. Don't bug her that way. That's going to confuse
her
her.
for an hour and 45 minutes.
But do you want to have a relationship with this guy?
Yeah.
Do you think that having a threesome is a good way to establish that?
No, that's
Is that the kind of relationship you want to have with this guy?
No.
Would that meet your needs in the relationship to have a threesome?
No.
All right, stay with that. That is absolutely where you should be, and demand that. You just got over the compulsion to have threesomes.
No. Yeah, but see, now this is going to haunt the guy.
Too bad.
This may be the wrong guy.
Yes.
It may have been too much too soon.
Yes.
I mean, too much information.
He's the wrong. To my guess, he's the wrong guy. Just the kind of questioning he was doing to begin with. But
yeah.
And of course, Chris is into him, so he probably is the wrong guy by definition.
I'll go with you. You've had sex with this guy, right?
Yeah.
And where'd you meet him?
Actually, I met him down in Mexico.
Great. What was he doing? He's some sort of a heroin mule?
No, he was just like visiting.
Visiting Mexico?
Yeah, we were all down there.
What part?
Rocky Point.
Rocky Point?
Yeah.
In Mexico?
Yeah.
Did the Mexicans call it Rocky Point?
No, I don't know what it's really called.
All right, because you should have Mexican names. Although I live in L.A. and if you're not on Elvera Street, you're on Los Feliz, so and you're heading into the San Fernando Valley. So I guess not. Is North Hollywood? Was he a famous general in the Spanish-American War? All right, Chris.
Yeah.
We don't trust this guy. We don't trust you.
You don't trust me.
Well, no, we don't trust your instincts.
Right.
We trust you as a person, but we don't trust your instincts. And I'm just telling you, you should trust your instincts to stand by what it is you want out of a relationship and not be so focused on the guy, but be careful with your instincts in terms of who you choose.
Shell.
Yeah.
You're 20.
Yeah.
All right, you've turned down the TV.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Okay, I'm just wondering if it's a good idea for me to break up with my boyfriend right now because he doesn't have time for me and he doesn't take time for me. He always works, and I believe that if you really love and care about a person, no matter what world you're into, you always take time to spend with an important person.
What's he do at work?
Some kind of computer thingy.
How much is not enough time? How much time does he actually spend with you?
No time at all.
He never sees you.
Never sees me within a month now.
A month he hasn't seen you.
Yeah, I called me once.
He's called you once. Now, how could he be your boyfriend?
Yeah. And so my friends told me I have to be patient because, I have to understand.
No, I'd be patient for a week.
That's funny. Friends give the wrong advice even though they run the gamut in wrong advice.
Right.
Like there's certain people that give you the wrong advice, but it's consistently wrong. Our callers' friends give them the wrong advice 100% of the time. If the girl is with a guy too much, they give one set of advice, it's wrong. And if he's not there and he's only there once a month, he tells them to stick it out.
Yeah.
Wrong again.
A month is long enough, and
unless there's something you're not telling us.
Yeah, he hasn't gone to.
He didn't go to Saudi Arabia to work on some sort of project at the Sultan's place.
I don't know. No, he just worked right down there.
Hold on. I love when you throw a bizarre hypothetical out, and because it can't be unsubstantiated, they're going to just go, I don't know. He's not.
He might be.
He's not working with NASA on some sort of Viking project that's top secret. Could be. All right, where's Shell? Shell?
Yeah.
All right, so he's not spending time with you.
No.
Okay.
I've been asking him, I'm like, what kind of work?
Next month when he calls you, break up with him.
I know. I can't wait for next month.
It doesn't sound like a boyfriend to me.
Well, why don't you call him and break up with him?
I cannot. I don't. He's not at home.
Okay. Well, then next month when he calls you, break up with him.
You start dating somebody else.
If I could just do it right now.
Send him a letter. Send him a telegram. We're through.
Email.
That doesn't have an email.
He's at the computer all the time.
I know.
Hey, Shell, hold on. Do you have the guy's home phone number?
Yes,
Does he have an answering machine?
No, they don't.
They
don't.
He and his wife?
What? In his house doesn't have an answering machine.
What? Does he have work hours?
Yes.
Do you have a work number?
Nope, that's the problem.
What time does he get off work at night?
See, that's the thing. He works a lot that he even sleeps at his work. And he's like, okay, at first I'm trying to understand.
All right. Listen, Shell.
Okay.
Get a carrier pigeon, tape a note to its ankle. Do birds have ankles, Drew?
Yes.
Or they just have legs? You hear about the bird leg, but you don't hear about the bird knee, the bird calf, the bird shin.
There's got to be something here.
Okay. The point is, tape something. Oh, please don't bother us. Just call. Hey, Shell. What are we arguing with her over? go over to the guy's house, pin a note to his door, tell the guy to call you. It's urgent.
Yeah.
And then break up.
Yeah.
Or just move on as if you've broken up and wait for him to call you in a month. God, I wish I could find someone like Shell to date. Cindy.
Yeah.
You're 29.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Oh, did you read that letter that I
did.
faxed you? Yeah.
I did.
Well,
What letter?
She had a very interesting fax or
Yeah.
letter, and you want to recap it?
Okay, well, I'm just 29 and started out as gay from when I was really young. And
She attributes it to a completely absent father.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Or whatever. Let's claim. Let's not even try to. Let's say you were born gay. Whatever.
No, I don't think really
well-
anybody's born gay.
Well, whatever.
Well, I mean, maybe, but
It's certainly been your only sexual orientation.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I knew it from a very young age.
Okay.
And so, but like I said, I dated quite a few women. I had a really bad experience with one. I was with her for like 5 years.
She's an addict.
Yeah, she was like a druggie and everything. And then ended up breaking that off. And I kind of got fed up with women after dating so many, especially pretty women. They're so seem to be as screwed up as.
That's basically my story, Cindy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you went over to guys, right?
Well, actually, I was dating men at the same time too. In between relationships with women.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like really what I wanted to do is fall in love with a man more than anything in the world.
Why?
Because being with a woman, I don't feel right completely with it.
Because of the way society
Well, I
views
want
it?
to.
Because you wanted kids,
I don't know,
or
I guess because of the way I was raised.
which were you raised without a father?
That's true. Yeah. But I guess maybe I didn't like that too much. I don't know.
Hey, was there some religion in your family?
Yeah, I definitely went to church
Oh,
every day
okay.
of the summer.
Well, that screws you up.
Well, it wasn't a bad, overpowering. Eventually, I didn't have to go to church.
All right, so what's your question?
Well, just where do you think this will end up? What's best for my daughter? What's best for my husband?
Oh, so you found a guy, the first guy you found after that chaotic relationship, you married?
That I really, really. I'm sorry, my daughter's in the background. You guys kind of caught me at a weird time.
What's your husband like? What kind of guy is he?
Like passive, of course, and
Kind of distant?
distant as in emotionally.
Mm.
He doesn't open up his feelings very much, no.
That would
But
be
he knows
distant.
everything, of course, that's going on. It's in my head. I, had a conversation the other night. Just, kind of like sometimes I feel like I can't keep doing this. But,
Okay, listen.
I think what it is just normal relationships that I'm not used to.
All right, yeah, fine. Listen, you got a kid.
Yeah,
Stick it out.
yeah.
Listen, I got news for everybody out there. First off, there's no one you're going to find who, after about 3 years, you're not going to be bored of looking at naked. That's the biology, baby. There's no one you're going to find out there who, after 5 or 8 years of marriage, you're not going to be running down the stairs to greet them when they come home from work. You know what I mean? That's life. That wears off.
There is a different
You
level.
do it with every aspect of life.
Yeah, but there's a different level of involvement.
All right, I know your wife may be listening, but just calm down over there for a minute.
This world exists, I think. The family commitment, the one we really get involved with somebody in a way that's kind of deep.
Yeah,
And then all that other stuff seems kind of silly.
You mean all the part about being happy?
The part
about being glad
more
to see him?
superficial stuff. Yeah, the running to the door to greet somebody is like not even important.
Here's my point. People are so busy chasing after their, sort of visceral muse that they want to jump ship after a few years.
That's this country. That's the way things are going.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, hey, I've been with a guy for 5 years. It's time to bury myself in a woman's legs.
But
I'm going to move it around. I got to do something different. I got to be me. It's
Right,
it's
that's crap. It's a load of crap.
People in this society, they're like sharks. They think they got to keep swimming forward, otherwise they're going to die. Yeah. And they're usually swimming away from some wreck. Mm. Some merchant ship that with their family name on the side of it that took a torpedo in it and is going down fast, and they're just swimming and not even looking back.
They're going with the rats.
Right. So the deal is you're going to get up with somebody else. Maybe it's a man, maybe it's a woman, maybe it's a house plant. And 3 years into that thing, you're going to be looking to do the same thing again.
Well, I think
you got a kid. Don't screw it up. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you. There's a little more complexity in that her history with relationships has been very chaotic. And so she needs that element, and that's what's missing in this one. Very unhealthy impulse. The other side of this, though, is that she's trying to live her life as a straight person, which is actually gay. And that is a very, very difficult thing to do for an extended period of time. I think because there's a kid and because Adam and I agree that that's the time that you must make some sacrifice now, get a therapist. I mean, it's a perfect circumstance to be working professionally with somebody and try to sort this all out to see. I mean, you even have some question about whether or not you're actually gay or not. I mean, get this sorted out on behalf of your child. And in the meantime, hang in.
All right, that's it?
That's it.
All right, you done? You ready to go to break?
The lights absolutely went out.
What, with me?
While I was talking, yeah.
Yeah.
It was that boring, huh?
Everybody just sort of tuned out. You know, we all zoned out. That's all right. You look good doing it, though. Drew's got a new haircut. All right, sell the next call, Drew, and then we'll go to break, and we'll be back with Alex Gifford from
Let's stay with
Propellerheads.
the chaos theory, the chaos topic.
Oh, that's a good one.
Akuma wants to know if he should pursue a girl who has been very chaotic in her history.
All right, my lord.
LoveLine's phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back. WEBN.
It's LoveLine, only on WEBN.
Hey, it's LoveLine. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Alex Gifford is here from Propellerheads. This is your first album, full-length album release, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Lean up against the mic a little closer there, and go ahead and turn it on. There, Mike. Thank you, buddy. I know we kind of caught you off balance. And I'll tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to just play a cut off it so everyone can hear the cut, and then we can come back and talk about it, and that way people will know what you're about when we're talking to you.
Sure.
Mike, you got the cut? Well, here it is.
What is about? There's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating. Newspapers shout, a new style is growing, but it don't know if it's coming or going. There is fashion, there is fat, some is good, some is bad, and the joke is rather sad, that it's all just a little bit of history repeating. And I've seen it before, and I'll see it again. Yes, I've seen it before. Just little bits of history repeating. Some people won't dance if they don't know who's singing. Why ask your head, it's your hips that are swinging. Life's for us to enjoy. Woman, man, girl and boy, feel the pain, feel the joy, and sidestep the little bits of history repeating.
That would be History Repeating from Propellerheads off Decks and Drums in Rock and Roll. And that is a song where we use part of the riff of that as some sort of intro or outro on this show, right?
Correct.
And have been for...
It was a while ago.
Oh, we're not doing it anymore?
Is that right, Mike? Yeah,
I think
it's off right now.
What the hell do I know? Hey, that's a good song.
You had to say that, didn't you?
No, I don't always do that. Sometimes I go right to the calls. It always means it's a bad thing. Well, listen, I gotta tell you, musically, I'm sort of more inclined to just 4 or 5 piecers who sit around and do it all at once, and sampling and that kind of stuff's not my bag. But that sounded great.
Well, it kind of, I think the line is getting much more blurred, really, between traditional bands and sampling and stuff. Sampling is used so much in every kind of production now, and both Will, my partner, and myself are kind of fairly traditional musicians, really. So we do sit around and play together.
Well, these guys play instruments.
You like the singer a lot, this one.
Yeah, the Goldfinger. But I'll talk about that in 1 second, Drew, and thanks for that silky transition. But I wanted to say that Money, the record guy, was telling me that Alex was in the Stranglers, played saxophone in the Stranglers.
That's right.
And I'm trying to think of, Money couldn't think of it either. What was that Strangler song, K-Rock, or one of the, probably the most popular song that the Stranglers did that K-Rock used to play? No, that's not the song I'm thinking of.
What sort of year was that?
Oh, man. I'm thinking like late 80s.
Was it like, it wasn't like Golden Brown, or that was a big hit?
You got to sing it.
Mellow one.
Can you sing it?
I probably could, but I don't know whether
Drew, can you sing it? I got to think of the Strangler song.
Late 80s, or like Skin Deep, or...
Always the Sun?
Always the Sun, yeah.
Nah, but that's not the song I'm thinking of. Yeah. But that's a good song.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Let Me Down Easy, No Mercy.
I got to think of this one. I swear to God, it had to do with killing somebody or something like that.
Well, yeah, maybe. Let Me Down Easy, that was kind of...
Engineer Mike's going to go find an old Stranglers CD back there.
Calls.
Well, wait a minute. I want to talk about, who was it, Shirley Bassey? Was that the Goldfinger? Yeah, Shirley Bassey, who did the vocals on that song.
Sure.
Who you remember.
Like female wrestler.
From Goldfinger. Ba-ba-ba. Now, how'd you get her hooked up to do that?
We just asked her. And, we wrote this song for her, with her in mind, and just, sent a demo of it to her management, and after a suitable delay, she kind of got back to us and said she was up for doing it.
Well, you knew she sung the theme to Goldfinger.
Oh, yeah.
But had you been following her career after that?
Well, not like on a weekly basis, but, I mean, her career's about 40 years long, so...
Right.
It's just, especially to British people, she's such a kind of household name. She's like royalty,
Oh, she is?
Oh, totally. People think it's like our show. That's the thing.
Oh, really? I don't think she's that big over here, is she?
No, I think, other than the Bond songs, which is obviously what she's known best for, people don't really know people. Shirley Bassey, kind of thing.
Is she a jazz singer?
She's like a kind of show singer in that sense, like big songs, and always been doing like she did Big Spender, and it's just like those big songs,
right?
And 60s, 70s were her real kind of heyday.
Did you play the horns on this song?
No, the horns are actually on this are a loop from the soundtrack to a Russ Meyer movie.
Oh, that's excellent. Which one?
From Finest Keepers, Lovers Weepers.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, we met up, and
you met Russ?
Yeah, he invited us up to his house for lunch, and then he came down to the Viper Room. We were spinning there one night.
I thought he lived in Palm Springs.
No, he's maybe he has a place there.
People from England go to Palm Springs anytime in the summer months. They vaporize. You know that? Their teeth fall out and they just turn to a puddle.
Pillar of salt.
Is that an X-Files thing?
It's a little warm over there for you blokes. But I'm a big fan of Russ's work. I really am.
You were raised on it, weren't you?
I was weaned on Russ Meyer's films,
so to speak.
No,
he's a dude.
He has he has big breast, interesting writing, and cool sort of music of the period.
It's class work.
Oh.
Class work. And he's a true gentleman.
Akuma. Is this Akuma?
Yeah, it's Akuma.
You're 18. What's going on?
All right. I met this girl like a couple months ago, and like we've been going out and stuff and hanging out at her house, and she was like telling me like her past relationships, her boyfriends, and they're really chaotic. And
in what way?
Like one of her boyfriends like forced her to have sex with him, and another one like he hit her, like abusive, and like another like one of her boyfriends like went to jail for robbery.
Okay, so it, at the very least they all sound abusive.
Yeah.
I don't know they're necessarily chaotic, but I think it's a good bet too.
So, and I'm like, the thing is, I'm starting to have feelings for her,
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, should I try to pursue a relationship, or am I asking for trouble?
You're asking for trouble, but
I don't think she's going to be interested in you unless you're a potential felon.
Right, but that's how he's asking for trouble. He gets involved and she dumps him, or
Yeah,
creates
I was
some chaos.
somebody like dump me for like someone else or something.
Right, you're too nice, you sabotage it.
Our experience is that people get what they go after, and it's never a coincidence. If you've been hooked up with 5 alcoholics in a row, your 6th guy you go out with is either going to have to start drinking or he's going to get dumped. Even if they say that's not what they want, that's the reality.
I mean, if you really begin to get her to address what she's been doing, and you can talk about it in a realistic way, possibly she'll be wanting to make a change. I mean, people are. One thing I noticed in the show, we condemn people to the patterns they've established as youth. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
That people have the capacity for change. It's difficult, and they have to be willing to hang in and open themselves to some vulnerability. But I don't.
How old is she?
She's like 16.
Oh, 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, these changes usually come in the mid-40s.
Oh, great.
Is the unfortunate problem. After they get big and ugly, and you don't care if they change or not. Honey, you're hitting menopause. Do whatever you want emotionally.
Goma, this is your call. Okay?
Yeah.
Not ours.
But you know what's going on.
Yeah, your insight is keen, and make your decisions accordingly.
Okay.
All right.
Keep an eye open. Yeah, it's too bad people... Well, I don't know. I swear some sociologists ought to sit down one day and figure out what 3-year period is the greatest period for psychological change.
Change or
not metamorphosis.
I mean, to change, to undo what had been done during the really critical 3 years, like 1 to 4.
I know it's a kind of retarded scenario I've brought forward, but you know what I mean. I mean, is a person more apt to change at 30, 31, and 32, or is it going to be 20, 21, and 22?
There is. I've read data to suggest that a lot of the chaos that erupts in the 20s can burn out in the 40s. In other words, some of this tends to die down.
Okay.
So,
all right, listen, I don't care about chaos. We got to take a break because I got to figure out what Strangler song I'm trying to think of.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll come back and, you got something? You got a Strangler song? Do you want me to come in there? Okay, that's good. We'll go to break.
You have 5 seconds.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
2.
Back in a minute.
1.
All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
All right. What's going on here? Phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Alex Gifford is here from Propellerheads.
Hello.
Decks and Drums and Rock and Roll is the name of the CD. It is their... Wait a minute, did I get into this before? This is your first full length.
Have we been here before?
Yeah.
Yes, about 20 minutes ago.
Caught in one of those...
All right. Well, see, that's how, you have to forgive genius every once in a while.
This is the basis of modern production. So you're saying to me that you're a traditionalist, but now you're learning about loops here.
Here I am sampling myself.
You take something good and you repeat it, and
at least I sampled myself. It's not some old BB. I was going to say BB King, but Wolfman Jack radio job. All right, Drew. Drew's had enough of me.
Yes, indeed.
Tony.
Hi.
You're 16.
Yeah, long-time listener, first-time caller, guys.
Great.
I just want to say that, Adam, you're hilarious, man. And Dr. Drew, you're cool, too.
Thank you.
All right, I got a bit of a problem. I'm obsessed with 12 to 14-year-old girls.
And you're how old?
16.
Mm-hmm.
Obsessed in what sense?
Do what?
In what sense?
Like, I fantasize about them.
Do you actually go after any of them?
Yes, I have. And it's actually got me in trouble before.
What happened?
She actually filed sexual harassment on me.
One of the girls did?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
She was like 14, I think. That's what she told me.
Where'd you meet her?
At the mall.
And
Can you sexually harass somebody that you meet at the mall?
I guess if they have, did they have a hot dog on a stick outlet there, Tony?
No.
Well, then I don't think that's going to hold up.
They actually dismissed it, but.
You can assault.
Well, what did you do to her?
I was just like feeling her ass.
Just at the mall?
Mm-hmm.
So it's an assault.
Sort of.
Sexual assault.
Well, the thing that I've always found interesting about guys who go for that sort of bonsai approach where they just stick their arm out, close their eyes, and start running toward a group of women.
Swan dive.
I always wonder, what is your angle? You know what I mean? It's sort of the same one that says, hey, nice jugs, baby. Like that she's going to stop and come back your direction, or that you're going to feel her ass and she's going to go, God, that feels good. What, you want to feel some more of me out in the parking lot? Yeah. I mean, I want to feel asses too, but that's why I don't grab asses.
I would safe to say that there's never been a human female to respond in that kind.
Well, we were actually talking before this. I just didn't go right up to her and do that.
I see. You'd ask for directions first?
No, we were actually getting talking and walking around for a bit.
Right, but here's what because we're sort of saying, but here's what we'd like to know. I understand you wanting to feel her ass. So you're talking to her, but aren't you thinking, if I just hold out from ass grabbing, I may be grabbing more, the next time I see her, and she wouldn't call the cops.
I know, but that's the thing. I can't restrain from doing that.
Oh, okay. So you got a problem. Yeah, that's bizarre.
Well, that's impulse control problems and some problem with boundaries and normal social.
So
behaviors.
you grabbed her butt, and then what happened?
Well, she was her mom came and picked her up. So I hugged her and did that, and she left, and then.
Did his voice just change to a different person?
Did you just drop a nad, Tony?
No.
What the hell? So it's like we had Bill Clinton on the line for a second.
My phone's all screwed up.
No. Look, we've dealt with people with screwed up phones, but your phone is possessed, Tony. Now, what was that?
I have no clue.
It's another person.
Yes.
Yeah, it's two people on the line.
Wow. Hey, Tony.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Now, I'm guessing this is like a bogus call, right?
No, it's not.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. But if you're going to do a bogus call, why do you have two guys? One, is this second Tony trying to do the first Tony's voice?
No, actually, there's only one Tony. Everybody else is sleeping here. It's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, 2 o'clock in the morning here.
Uh-huh. I put the first Tony on.
This is the same one?
No.
Yes, I'm serious.
No.
No, I'm serious.
Wait a minute. Now, there's a little each there.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, Alex. You're sonically inclined, aren't you?
I reckon it's the same dude.
Same person?
Same guy?
I think he's just got something caught in his throat.
Really? Tony?
Yes.
Ooh.
He's loosened it now.
What'd you get, a gummy bear wedged in your wind tunnel or something?
No, I have some phlegm. Sorry.
I don't care if this call's bogus or not.
Sorry about that.
No, don't apologize.
But no, it's not bogus.
How often does the other Tony try? And by the way, when the other Tony talks, do you move your finger like the kid did? You know when he was saying red rum?
Oh, God, no.
For Christ's sake, Drew's never seen The Shining.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I should get paid a hazard pay for working with a guy, trying to do comedy with a guy who does not get a Shining reference, for Christ's sake. Tony?
Yes.
Let me speak to little Tony.
Do what?
Oh. I can't. No. All right. So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to move forward with the call, or do you want to tell him to get a lozenge and put him on hold?
Put him on hold and wrap it up.
Huh?
But I also have another question, too.
All right, that's fine.
Well, here's where the bogus part comes.
I need...
All right, hang on.
That was going to be the bogus blurred out.
Really?
Retarded, yeah.
You think so?
Oh, yes.
All right, now I got to go back. What is it, Tony?
I need to know what the symptoms of depression are.
Oh, you see, Drew? You wise ass. All right, Tony, hold on.
Okay.
All right, we're going to put you on hold.
Okay.
Get a drink of water.
All right.
And try not to feel anyone up on the way to the sink.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Kind of hard to figure him out because on one hand, you know, he has a problem that is something that you don't want to just gloss over. On the other hand, he sounds like a fairly sane guy for two people. For two people. I mean, for a guy who's impulsive the way he is.
Right. But sane kind of schizophrenics can have problems too.
Yeah, that's not that. That is not that.
All right.
No, I know.
We'll unravel Tony in a minute. Let's just move on here. Anna.
Hi.
You're 15.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm kind of nervous.
You looking to gamble here, Drew?
That's too easy. Go ahead. What's the question?
My dad and my boyfriend got in a really bad fight this afternoon, and
What was the fight about?
he came to pick me up. My boyfriend came to pick me up for gonna go out, and my dad just kind of flipped out and was like that she's not going, and my boyfriend kind of got mad at him.
Where was your boyfriend taking you?
Just to the movies.
How old is he?
He's 17.
How old? 18?
17.
18?
Hold on. I'm going to work a new angle. You're 14, Anna?
I'm 15.
Okay.
All right. And what particularly got to your dad?
I don't know. I mean, I've been seeing this guy for a year, and my parents have met him and everything, but he doesn't get along with my dad.
What provoked the fight?
My dad just kind of flipped out.
Was he drunk?
No, he just was kind of angry before my boyfriend showed up.
Something you had said to him, or?
He was kind of upset at me just in general.
For what?
I'm not really quite sure why.
If you had to guess, what would you say it was?
Because I've been kind of, trying to ignore him lately.
Why?
My dad's kind of abusive.
Okay. All right.
That's where the little girl voice came in.
Yeah, sure.
I was wondering, I guess I'll clue Alex in on this. Whenever we hear girls with the little girl voice, it always means something's going on with dad. Now, I can't figure out, we don't always know what it is, but there's always something going on.
So, some abuse, some kind of abuse.
It's not just that they could just be a little girl.
No,
not in
our experience.
Not when they sound.
They don't call the
That's
show.
Interesting. Okay, sure.
Yeah. So what is your dad? How's he been abusive to you?
Physically abusive?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hits you and stuff.
He's been doing stuff to me since I was little.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff?
I guess he having sex with me.
Oh. Yeah, but that's the voice.
I know. I was just hoping it wasn't the whole thing. Poor Anna.
Does your mom know?
Yeah, she she's known.
When
Why wasn't this reported?
I think my mom blames me.
Oh my God, Anna!
Well, of course. Well, listen, her mom is screwed up enough to take this guy for a husband,
and then not to have him jailed for what he's done to her daughter. It's just all right. Adam, send the team. I can't even contain myself.
Going ballistic over here. I mean, it's not that going ballistic for Drew involves standing up.
You know how usually I'm defending the moms in these situations. And this
not me. I always go right for mom.
I want this mom taken with the dad.
Hey, Anna.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. We got to go to break.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and we'll make it all better.
Okay.
I think. I mean, in a relative way.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second. It always it amazes me because I happen to know that if Drew got drunk and helped some chick paint her toenails, your wife would leave you.
Sure.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine your husband having sex with your daughter and sort of putting it behind you?
Would tear me apart with her bare hands.
Oh, yeah, and then I'd get my ass kicked, too.
Oh, yeah.
She'd come right over here with a head of steam and kick my ass.
Yeah.
She'd say, he was normal before he met you.
She says that already.
And she'd probably go kick my parents' asses. I'd like her to go there before she came here.
I love about my wife, by the way.
Oh my God!
It makes her a great mom.
She would be like a badger on a double cappuccino. She would jump onto your head, and it would look like something out of the Roadrunner cartoon. She'd just spin around your head. It'd just be a cloud of hair and those little squiggly things going off your head. And when it came back, your eyes would have two crosses where the eyeballs used to be. Okay. Oh, and imagine what would happen to your penis.
Oh, that'd be the first thing to
That'd be it. She already, as it is, she keeps it in a preserves jar on the nightstand. Imagine what she'd do with it. Take it out and run over it with the car. Okay, we'll be back.
LoveLine. Be right back in a minute. WEBN.
LoveLine on 102.7.
WEBN, Cincinnati.
All right. Alex Gifford is here from Propellerheads. Dex, I can't read it off the album. I got to read it off my sheet because it's all put together.
It's a long word, isn't it? Yeah.
Dex and Drums and Rock and Roll is the name of the CD, and we will hear something else off of that, I imagine, before the night is through. Drew?
Yeah, Alex was talking to me off the air about, he began a discussion with me that I wanted to bring up on the air about how British people view these kinds of discussions in the open medium. And I've been doing this show for 15 years, and in the 80s we particularly had a lot of British types on this show. And it was always amazing how much every single one of them would come on, and their initial reaction, the vast majority, was to be offended. Because they would say, look, these are personal problems. It's so offensive for people to bring personal problems. And not only are they personal, should they be kept personal, but you're asking us to comment on them. And they'd get angry. This happened for years and years.
Yeah, I mean, it's not...
Many of them were drunk, though, Drew. Let's be fair.
Of course, they were protective of their own personal problems, too. But
well, carrying on the tradition, no, I mean, it's not so much that I'd be offended by a lot of people in Britain. I think I'm just surprised at the willingness of people here to just talk about stuff in public when they wouldn't do it in private.
We're even surprised by it. We go to these colleges, we do college tours and stuff, and we'll be in a room with 5,000 kids, and they stand up in front of God and their peers and everybody and ask these same questions.
Yeah, it's like as if it kind of doesn't count. Like people aren't going to say, "I heard you the other night."
Well, it's sort of like actually. Somebody was asking me last night at this MTV party that Drew and I went to, which was kind of fun with the Wallflowers played, and it was free
you
food and booze.
Want to say some nice things about MTV for you?
Yeah, they sent a limo.
Yeah,
they took care of us. I got some free
Great
food,
dinner.
some free booze. I got to talk to the Wallflowers. I had a good time.
Okay.
Yes, nothing but praise for the MTV.
All right.
I know. I hate going to those things because I think about all the things I say about them on the air, and then I realize I'm eating their
we're back to
their
the subject of
sushi.
discussion, aren't we, really?
So I said to somebody who was saying to me the same thing, how do you expect people to react this way? Or actually, her question was, how do you get the guests to jump in, like yourself tonight, Alex, or on the TV show, to relax and start opening up and discussing things.
Sharp stick.
And It's actually a red hot prod, but Drew, did you tell
I
him
thought it
about
was a
that?
sharp stick. It's difficult to tell.
I said it's sort of like this. It's like asking you how you get someone naked at a nude beach, which is you drag them onto the nude beach and then you get naked. And before you know it, they're the only one standing with their clothes on and feeling like idiots. So then they get nude too.
I think it's a little less pernicious. Than that. It is more that how do you get people to engage in conversation in your living room? When people start to talk about certain topics, you get drawn in.
You got to get the coke out.
All right.
Oh, no. Yeah, not at Drew's house. Okay. We're ready to move forward here?
Let's get back to Anna.
Oh, that's right, Anna. Oh, and then there's Tony, Red Rum Tony. Hold on, I just want to check in with him. Tony?
Yeah.
Well, that's a third Tony now.
Is that a third Tony?
No.
Tony, the guy who likes to cop a feel with a 13 or 14-year-old?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on a second. We got to finish up with Anna.
Okay.
All right. Where's that other voice?
Do what?
There you go. Hey, Anna.
Hi.
Okay, so your dad has been abusive to you.
Yeah.
And has he stopped the sexual molestation?
He stopped for about a year, and then my mom put me on the pill, and I started again.
You've got to report this, Anna. I'm sorry. You must report this.
Why does this coincide with your mom putting you on the pill?
You allowed the dad to start up again.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Dad was afraid he might get his daughter pregnant. Let's be sure to get her some contraception.
Like when I was 12,
And then notice the real sickness here. Hey, honey, we got to get our daughter on contraception. I might get her pregnant.
This is too macabre to even be true.
This guy is an asshole.
Thanks, Drew.
No, has he ever been in jail, your dad?
No.
What's he do for a living?
He's a psychiatrist.
Contractor?
He's a psychiatrist?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Drew. This is too sick and too bizarre. I mean, not that I don't believe Anna because I can feel it in her, but
is he a psychologist or a psychiatrist?
He's a psychiatrist. But this guy's medication.
He needs to come to justice if this is for real.
But he just like I said, he's really violent, and
is he doing drugs himself?
I don't think so.
This is an impaired physician. This is a very serious situation, and this is really serious because God knows how many other people he may be adversely impacting.
I know, but that's the reason why I think that he's so mad at my boyfriend is because I told him.
God bless you for telling your boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
But
can we get?
He threatened to kill us both.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You have to say. You know what?
What about Anna? What about your mom? I mean, what is her deal?
My mom's kind of like, I'm the youngest. Like, I have a older half sister who's like 35, and
Have you talked to any of them?
No.
Whose daughter is your older sister?
My mom's.
You got to talk to your sisters. I really strongly encourage you to. Because this stuff drives me crazy. And when I hear about teachers and physicians potentially miscarrying, we don't know whether this guy has done this, but he's certainly somebody who could or would.
Listen, this guy could, this guy could blow up the White House, for Christ's sake. I could blow up the White House faster, and I could have sex with my daughter.
Right. All right. This is a mess.
Where's your sister?
She lives like 2,000 miles away.
And what happened with her? Did he do these same things with her?
He's not like her dad, so she didn't grow up.
But even better that one should be the one she goes to, so she isn't so invested in this and can take care of it.
Well, look at it this way. This mother picked her dad,
I know,
the half-sister's dad.
I understand.
This witch of a mother.
I understand. The half-sister's not going to be great.
See, the thing is that my mom's kind of abusive, too.
Well, look, we understand that.
No, boy.
I understand that.
No,
Are you on any medication, Anna?
No.
Have you got a doctor of your own?
I have a pediatrician.
You need to talk to the pediatrician about what's happening here. Can you do that?
I tried to once, and he asked my parents if it was true, and they just told him that I was crazy and that I made it all up. And so now
He has an obligation. He may not understand this, but he has to report that once it's been...
her doctor.
It is absolutely required by the law. Now, are you in California?
No.
Oh, I'm not sure if the other states have the same kind of requirements, but in California, even when there's even the possibility of a suspicion, you are required to report it.
And if they find fireworks on your dad, if he's smoking or if finds any sparklers in like the trunk of his Lexus, he's going down. I mean, that's now that's a felony, right, Drew?
Yeah.
I mean, in California.
He has guns.
Oh, he has guns. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, like that's what the big thing tonight was about. He got out a gun.
Oh boy. Jesus, can you? Hey, oh my God, I'm trying to think of your boyfriend though. Is your boyfriend a sane guy?
Yeah, he was just pissed off at my dad because
yeah, I understand. But does your boyfriend live with his parents?
Yeah.
And he's all right. He's an all right guy.
Yeah.
We're worried that he's abusive too.
Does he ever get abusive, your boyfriend?
He's protective.
All right.
Yeah, sometimes protective guys end up abusing the thing that they protect.
I know, but right now...
Well, I'm just saying, I think she should go stay with him and call the cops.
Yeah, but these people, I don't think we should be telling her to do anything specific because this is such a volatile situation where the house of cards is coming down for this guy.
Well, the guy's got guns, access to drugs, and he's a maniac. Her father.
I understand that, and I think
afraid that if I leave, it'll make things worse.
Well, and I think the only thing we can tell you clearly to do is to go to the authorities. Okay, if this is really happening, and if you are in danger, you must go to the local authorities. That's the
And how should she do that?
I don't know. I don't really even want to know what city because I don't want this to get out in that area and her to be in further danger, okay? Yeah. But I do want to talk to you off the air, so I'm going to ask you to hold on, but we're not done with you yet here on the air.
Okay.
I'll give you a phone number, okay? It's a national hotline. It's open presently. It's 1-800.
Wait a minute. She doesn't have a pen. Do you have a pen, Anna?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
1-800-422-4453.
224453.
1-800-422-4453. But this is not about you, understand. Your parents are disturbed people. They need help. They need containment. This is an out-of-control situation that's starting to come to unravel. Yeah. It's not your fault, and you need protection while this comes apart, if indeed this is something for real. Now, we have no way of knowing if this is really happening or not. We have no way of knowing who you are.
Let's just assume it is.
But, yeah, but we're not, we're not here to treat you, Anna, or to direct you specifically, except that to understand one clear thing, that if you are in danger and if people are abusing you, that needn't happen, and you should call authorities locally. You should not worry that this is something that you were doing or that you deserve.
What is that phone number again, Anna?
1-800-422-4453.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
she's our first caller. Wrote a number down.
Anna's smart too. You can.
Yeah. Hey, Anna.
Yeah.
Whatever your participation in this was, it doesn't matter. You're a minor. You're a victim. Do you understand? This is all 100% your dad and mother's fault.
Well, and
please call that number, and Drew will talk to you off the air.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. This is, of course, people still love their parents even when they're outrageous, horrible human beings, and they don't want to disrupt their families. They don't want to cause pain for people.
I don't know. My folks missed a couple of Pop Warner football games when I was 11 or 12, and I'm still pissed.
The nightmares come true for them, too. You got a radio show and keep talking about it every night.
Your worst nightmare came true, folks. I got a pulpit. My mom.
Beware, parents, it could happen.
My mom fed me weeds, everybody. Hung out with a guy named Zorback. All right?
This is a horrible. I mean, this is a chilling. Because it's not.
Well, all that on the pill part. I mean, oh my God. All right, now, Drew, would you be for having a guy like this destroyed? Like an animal. Now, I don't say killed, and I don't even say put to death. I just mean destroyed, like an animal that has some sort of disease that the animal's only going to suffer, and he could infect the other ones in the herd. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't you just destroy this guy like an animal? Destroy him? Yes.
I'm so overwhelmed by the whole situation that I can't pass judgment. It just needs to be, Anna needs to be saved from this.
All right, you'll talk to her off the air. Tony?
Yes.
Tony number 1.
Tony, let me talk to Tony number 2 for just 1 second.
No.
All right. Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
You know, seeing as how our last call was so heavy, it seems sort of, I don't know, superfluous to speak to Tony now, doesn't it? Like maybe we're demeaning ourselves somehow. All right. So, Tony, you have a compulsion to grab young girls.
Yes.
Okay, don't do it anymore.
Okay.
All right. See how easy that was? Mark.
Yeah.
You're 13.
Yeah, my uncle, I think my uncle's gay.
Yeah.
I live in Tucson. My mom went to a business meeting in Phoenix, and I had to stay with him for a few days. And the first morning I was over there, he had one of his friends over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up that morning, and I walked into the room, and they were in the same bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "What are you doing, Mark?" I'm like, "Just seeing if you were awake." And so I went back out. And I asked him that morning during breakfast, who was that guy in your bed? And he was like, "Oh, it's no one." And then...
That's nice.
Yeah.
Right. So your uncle may be gay?
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good bet.
Yeah, so when I went home like 3 days later, I told my mom, and she said, "Well, it's probably nothing."
What's what?
He came over like 2 days later.
All right,
With the same guy.
All right, let me get to the bottom of this.
Okay.
Is he a snappy dresser, this uncle of yours?
Yeah.
He is?
Yeah.
What about his house? Does he run a pretty tight ship?
He disinfects practically everything.
He does?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Gay.
Does he use does he have a shower door, like one of those clear lucite shower doors?
Yeah, where it swings open.
Yeah. Is there a squeegee anywhere nearby?
Yeah, there's about 2 of them.
2 of them. Oh.
Gay.
Wow. Not only is this guy gay, but it could be into some sort of a ritualistic homosexual activity. I mean, he's got 2 squeegees. Is he, what kind of car does he drive?
He drives a blue Miata.
No! Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
Okay.
You know, most guys have uncles that are, fat, and they work on some used car lot, and they drink too much.
And they feel him up.
And they feel him up,
Mark,
right.
Your uncle's a nice guy, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and
Why don't you talk to him about it?
Well,
I mean, listen, no, why not?
And what business is it of
Mark,
his?
It's not your business, Mark, but you're a straightforward guy, and you've noticed this thing, and
listen, my Uncle Vince, you think I asked him, hey, when's the last time you nailed Aunt Pat?
Well,
I didn't talk to him about it.
All right, then don't. But understand that that's who he is, and that's fine. And if it helps in keeping the relationship close, talk to him about it.
Yeah, that morning when I asked him about it, he totally jumped on my back. So
yeah, he shouldn't.
He didn't start humping, did he?
He should. Oh, come on.
No. Okay. I didn't know what he was saying.
Mark, I'm sure your uncle...
Mark's fairly precocious, isn't he?
That's the point. I mean, Mark is on top of things, and he should be able to talk about it with his uncle if he feels like, especially if it helps the relationship stay close.
This is better. It's better for you, Mark.
Okay.
He'll take you to the museum, the opera, see shows. A gypsy will blow through town next month. You see that. This is culture. That's good. Now, my Uncle Vince, he played pinochle, and he was a bartender. Didn't do anything fun with him. Went down to the beach once in a while.
Why don't we play a song now so I can talk to Ann off the air?
Oh, you want to do that?
It's on the commercial.
Alex, is that okay with you?
That's fine, yeah.
You know, I was thinking about... Drew, go ahead. I don't need you for this. But the thing I found interesting about the Brits is they're certainly more reserved than Americans are. I mean, in many ways. But on the other hand, they have page 3 girls, for instance, which is big busted topless women in some of their newspapers, which we would never have.
But you have the National Enquirer, though.
Well, that's true. But don't you guys have the Sun or something?
Yeah.
All right, but here's what I'm saying. You like your comedy. The comedy is like, Monty Python and Benny Hill. And at those Parliament things, they start yelling at each other. I've seen those things on C-SPAN, where they go, let's see, what was it? Would the right honorable gentleman from Sussex, and then everyone starts yelling at him, sit down, you bloke.
You don't do that in your...
No, we don't. We just sit there, and then we talk crap, when the guy's done, but we don't shout him down. Here's all I'm saying about the Brits is they're very reserved in many ways, but there's other ways. Like I said, they...
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, we just all got our own differences.
But wouldn't you say that the British enjoy a broader slapstick humor, let's say, than Americans?
I don't know, my slapstick. I mean, it has been. I think we're kind of obsessive about humor, definitely. I mean, it's one thing that we do well.
And you're all over the royal family, right?
Well, all over it, as in like...
I mean, you were obsessed with Princess Di's, affairs and dating.
That was pretty mad, the reaction to that, yeah. Took me by surprise.
So I'm just saying, but it's funny, when it comes to a show like this, that wouldn't really fit in the culture.
That wouldn't, but then... I mean, at the same time, we wouldn't... there's some things we'd be very open about. Like, for example, we have comedians being, like, really down on the government or on the royal family, but then we wouldn't be reinforcing sexual stereotypes like you just did with that guy there. For example, because that would be... You'd be...
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's an offence. So you couldn't get away with that.
You couldn't reinforce sexual stereotypes in Britain?
You absolutely can, but people would say that in a show like this, you probably, if you're dealing with younger people who are, open to.
Well, to be fair to me, I just asked him what kind of car he drove. He's the one who drove the Miata.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
But I mean, that's I'm not down on you here because this is your show and stuff. And
no, go ahead.
You and Drew just had a routine whereby you were sort of coming up with a list of things, and he was saying "gay" at the end of it.
All right.
And it's just, obviously it's a humorous thing.
Sure.
But it's all subliminal.
But there's a little truth in that.
Oh,
too.
sure. And you and I know that.
Right.
But we're a bit older.
No, our listeners know. They listen to Drew. All right, now I'll tell you what we'll do. I think we'll go to break, and then we'll come back.
And then we'll fight.
We'll fight some more, but we'll fight during the song.
No, we'll go out.
Yeah,
exactly. We'll go out. We'll take this outside.
Okay, we'll be back.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. The phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
WEBN.
It's LoveLine.
WEBN.
Alex Gifford is here from Propellerheads, and I'm trying to figure out the time in here. You all right there, Drew? Mm-hmm. Did you speak to our caller off the air?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what are you going to do with that?
We have a plan, and we'll be talking to her again in a week or two.
Okay. I think we'll take a call, and then we'll play another song from Propellerheads. Victoria.
Yeah.
You're 14.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Now, Victoria, on the other hand, sounds 45.
Right. Go ahead, Victoria.
My friend, one of my best friends, her stepbrother and me have been, flirting a lot lately. And, we're just such good friends. And I'm sort of, thinking that he might ask me out. And I don't know if I should.
This is your close friend? A female friend's brother?
Yeah.
Have you talked to her about it?
No.
Do you think it would freak her out?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean,
it's her stepbrother, right?
Yeah.
Well.
Because, I've, most of her friends like him. And it's just, weird because, if you bring it up to her, she'll be like, okay, I'm go home, I'm going inside. And she'll get,
So she believes that
about it.
She's concerned that people are her friend because of her brother.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, my sister had that problem, too.
Oh, I imagine. God.
I mean, but her sister brought that up on the phone because me and her brother were talking. And it was just well, if she's going to talk to him, then, she's not your real friend. And I was like, don't believe that. I was your friend before I started liking him. But I didn't tell her that I liked him.
Okay, well, wait, how old is he?
He's 17.
I mean, we have a problem with that even more than the friend of a brother of a friend.
It's right on the outskirts. You're what grade are you in?
I'm in 9th.
You're in the 9th?
He's in high
Yeah.
school.
What
He's a
grade is he
senior,
in?
I don't know.
Is he in high school?
Yeah. I mean, he's not like the greatest person in the world.
What do you mean? What's the deal?
That's why you like him.
Well, no, I mean, it's just like he does drugs and that kind of stuff.
Why do you want to be around that?
I don't know.
I should have done drugs in high school. I did drugs later on when no one cared. Should have done it in high school and really cashed in on the chicks.
No, not exactly. This is like the first time that I've really gone for someone like that.
We're coming up with thumbs down on every count. He's older than we like to see for your age. He's a drug user. It's a bad sort of influence on you at 14. It's this brother of a friend and potentially
he doesn't do that in front of me. I mean, he like tells me
potentially disturb the relationship with your friend.
Well, he doesn't do it in front of you, but you guys aren't. You don't spend a lot of time together, do you?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to do it in front of his sister, 14-year-old sister, right?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Hey, Victoria.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm with Drew on this. Alex,
Really?
what do you think?
I mean, because like I really like him, and it's like
but a lot of other girls like him, right?
Not a lot.
I thought you just said his sister was worried that that's why girls came around.
Well, she's only introduced him to 2 of her friends,
and they like him,
and they think that he's cute in like a geeky type of way, but I don't see why. Like, okay, he's not really like geeky or anything, but they're just like, they tell her to her face, oh, he's okay in like a geeky sort of way.
All right, I don't care what kind of way he's cute. Alex, do you think? What do you think first off about 17 and 14?
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it?
Normally 3 years ain't much, but that's a big 3.
Yeah.
I mean, at 17, you've potentially had your license for a year. You're well into puberty. You're essentially an adult with an adolescent mind. But I mean, hell, when I was 17, I was playing football, going out and drinking beers and stuff. And at 14, it was. Wait a minute, football beer? Yeah, I was doing the same thing at 14, but I was shorter, and that's my point. No, a girl at 14, no, I wouldn't want my 14-year-old girl going out with a 17-year-old guy. That's what I'm saying. If you all look at it that way, if you all picture it as your 14-year-old girl, I want my 14-year-old girl going out with a 9-year-old.
But I guess most like 14-year-old girls are more together than most 17-year-old guys, but
that's probably
true. 17-year-old guys are more unpredictable.
Yeah, and why go with the drug addict guy?
Well, yeah,
antisocial guy.
I mean, I was thinking that maybe he might have just been saying that for effect, but then if she says he's been doing it in front of his sister, then I guess that's the truth,
All right. Well, so we all 3 give it a thumbs down. That's going to make her want him that much more. He's a rebel, this one. Okay. Propellerheads is the name of the band. Mike, you got it queued up? This is Velvet Pants.
All the people I know are musicians. I revolve around music. That's all I know. They've each got their own little thing that they like. He's wearing velvet pants. He's got a nice body. He's wearing velvet pants. He's got a nice body. He's wearing velvet He's wearing velvet pants. That's what she talks about. I'm having too much fun. I realized it last night.
Send the first kid down. Send the first kid down.
And they played records. And they put a play.
Send the first kid down. 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 Send the first kid down.
He's wearing velvet pants. He's got a nice body. He's wearing velvet pants. He's got a nice body. He's wearing velvet pants. He's got a nice body. He's wearing velvet pants. He's got a nice body. He's wearing velvet pants. He's wearing velvet pants. That's what she talks about. He's wearing velvet. He's wearing velvet pants. That's what she talks about. He's wearing velvet. He's wearing velvet pants. That's what she talks about. He's wearing velvet.
That's Velvet Pants from Propellerheads. Dex, Drums and Rock and Roll is the name of the CD. Alex Gifford is here. Alex is just going to hang out until the end of this break. So I think what we'll do is take one more call, and then we'll say bye to Alex and go to break. Is that all right with you?
That's fine by me.
Well, you're not that happy to leave, though, right?
Oh, no.
No,
So
okay.
you still live in Bath? You still
Actually, I'm going to
Bath,
give...
or
is it Bath?
Bath. Well, I'm based. I'm actually. I've just got a place renting a place in New York for about a year.
Is there another famous band from Bath recently? Or have you been on the show before?
Recently, or do I know you? Years ago, Tears for Fears came from.
That's what
from
it is.
Bath.
Yeah.
Well, the Beatles.
Yeah.
Right? Botherpool? Let me give a plug for Alex, by the way. 7:13. When is that? That's tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. He's going to be in store doing a spin performance at the Virgin Mega Store, which is in Los Angeles. And then on the 17th, he'll be in Boston at noon, doing noon to 2, doing some stuff. And then New York on the 22nd, and Seattle on the 1st of August, and then in Denver on the 7th and 8th of August. So look for him.
Notice the convenient route that has been chosen so that I can do the maximum amount of traveling for the minimum number of gigs.
Yeah.
We've been on those.
Yeah, that's genius.
It's a kind of Zorro tour of,
Yeah, you go from L.A. to Boston, New York, and then to Denver and Seattle. That makes sense.
It's a big loop.
We got the same travel agent we got. Sophia.
Yes.
You're 29. Except for we travel in a covered wagon when we do those college tours.
Well, wind-up planes.
You're attacked by, Drew calls them Native Americans, but I just
At
call
least
them
you get the
Indians.
cover.
That's true. Hey, Sophia?
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
I have a medical question.
Mm-hmm.
I had uterine cancer, and I had my uterus removed a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I have not had any urges or secretion. And I went to see my doctor about it, and he said get KY jelly. I want to know if there's a substance like a pill I can take over the counter that would give me secretion so I don't have to use a cream.
No. The answer is no. There may be better creams. Anne has a whole cabinet full of different kinds of stuff she uses. She was telling us about. But how about?
She was?
Remember? She says she likes Astroglide.
Oh, yeah. I put it in my hair. I'm telling you, it works.
I know you did. I was
And people think I'm kidding, but I got trapped on one of these college lectures with no hair goop, and all I had was this Astroglide, and I slapped it on my head, and it worked like a charm.
I had someone recommend KY once, actually.
Really? It's water soluble.
And he was a hairdresser. Too.
Why not?
Okay.
Well, if a hairdresser recommends KY,
if a hairdryer recommends KY,
I got a news for you.
Sophia, the deal is, do you still have your ovaries?
Yes, I do.
And are they
I had uterine cancer. I had the uterus removed.
I understand. Are they functioning normally?
They're functioning okay. I get my hormone level checked, but I don't have any urges or secretion.
What do you mean you don't have any urges?
Like sexual urges I used to have before my surgery.
Well, no, there's theoretically that shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Right, that's what my doctor told me. So
What do you think that's all about?
I have no idea. Probably because intercourse hurts.
Ah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, but well, that wouldn't. Well, I guess it might. But isn't this a problem that solves itself? I mean, you don't want to have. You don't have the urge to have sex.
Yeah, but come on. I think definitely water-soluble lubricants are the way to go in terms of the secretion issue. But as far as the pain goes, I mean, sometimes estrogen creams helps with the sort of pliability of the tissue down there. You might talk to your doctor about that.
It's called estrogen.
Estrogen creams, yeah. And then also tell them about the pain. I mean, they should be able to help you with that. I mean, sometimes there can be a short canal, and there are ways to stretch that out.
Drew, why would you? Why do you dry up when your uterus gets removed?
You really shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
No, not if the ovaries remain.
Well, who produces the moisture down there?
There are multitudes of Skene's glands and Bartholin's glands.
Oh, glands?
Yeah.
I always pictured like these elves.
Keebler elves?
Sort of. Their pants were down.
The uterus might produce some stuff too, but usually this has not been a real common complaint than people that I've been dealing with.
All right.
So,
but you just use the lubricant.
You do, but
like other women need
an
to use
interesting
it.
phenomenon that I have seen. In Hispanic women really believe that there's something about their femininity being removed when the matrice is taken away.
Sophia?
Yes.
Are you a Hispanic?
Yes, I am.
Isn't that interesting? And I don't know what that is. If it's a cultural thing, if there really is some biological thing going on, or what. But I've heard that complaint a number of times from Hispanic women.
What'd you call it?
The matrice, right, Sophia?
Yes.
The matrice. What is that?
The uterus.
Oh, that is?
Yes.
Okay. They don't put that in the menudo, do they?
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Okay. No,
Okay, thank you.
Good luck,
so much.
Sophia.
Thanks, Sophia.
Okay, good night.
All right. See? That's good comedy. All right. I can't
Is that what
get
that
her off
was?
the line. No.
Good comedy?
All right. Luke comedy. Let me give the name of the band and the name of the record one more time so people can go out there and find it at the local CD dispenser. Propellerheads is the name of the band. Decks and Drums and Rock and Roll is the name of the CD. Alex Gifford, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
We do appreciate it. And anytime you're in town, you're crisscrossing this great country of ours.
Don't bother to call by us.
No. Stop on by and
sure.
kick Drew in the nards.
Keep up the good work, man.
We'll be back.
I feel so liquidy. Really? Why? You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline, I'll be right back.
Loveline.
WEBN.
Yes, break it down. All right. Hey, it's Loveline. Alex Gifford is left from Propellerheads, and we wish them all the luck and success in the world. Hey, Drew? I don't know if you know about this, but we're going to do Hollywood Squares.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about that.
Now, you know what's kind of weird is there's certain things that we don't want to do.
But I won't do.
Okay.
You don't want to do, I won't do.
Okay, there's certain things I don't want to do, and there's certain things that Drew will not do. But Hollywood Squares is not one of them because I grew up watching Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
And to me, the notion of being on that show is almost surreal.
Yeah. But to me, it's smacks of being sick and home from school.
Right.
Wasn't that we watched it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't miss it.
He'd watch Paul Lynn.
Yeah.
And he'd have Rose. Rosemarie would be next to him, and Grandpa, what's his name, and who the hell else was on that show? I was. They had like
some regulars.
4 or 5 regulars that just stayed on for what seemed like 20 seasons.
Yeah. I hear they're really moving up. I heard Whoopi Goldberg is the middle square.
No.
Yes.
She's the hub.
Yes.
She's the black hub.
Yes. And I heard, Sharon Stone's going to be on it.
No.
Yes.
Listen,
they told me.
Yeah, but not the one we're on.
I know.
Believe me, I know how this stuff works. They tell you who they've contacted, not who's going to be on. And meanwhile, we're nestled in between Mother Love and Jim J. Bullock. That's the way it's going to work. Absolutely. Oh, yes.
No.
And like the 5th Baldwin brother. the one that hasn't been born yet. The Baldwin zygote.
Well, at least there's nothing harmful about that show as I see it.
No, just your reputation. And when do we do that show? Is that next week?
No, sometime in August, I think.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
That's going to be surreal.
That's be weird.
I think we're going to be stuffed in the same square.
I know.
Wait till I break wind in that square, everybody. Believe me, I'm going to break wind in that square. It'll be a first for Hollywood Squares. All right, and how does that show work? They give you the real answer, or they don't give you the real answer. But I know they review the questions with you so you can be funny.
You're supposed to make some fake answers up too, right?
Oh boy, I can see a fight breaking out in that thing, Drew.
What I love is they're going to hand you some written material.
Oh, that's going to be excellent. Hey, you think my comedy's bad, everybody? Wait till you see the written stuff that they want me to say. I have never been handed a piece of written copy that was worth the paper it was written on.
For television.
Anything. All right. You ready to move ahead? Mm-hmm. So we'll keep you posted with that. That should be surreal. And what do we get paid? Do we get paid?
Yeah.
How much? Do you know?
I don't know. The usual.
Really?
Yeah.
Scale?
Yeah.
Scale's like $575. Morgan?
Yeah?
No, they got to give you more for that gig. Morgan?
We're going to be on 5 shows.
You're 12. Yeah, but they do all 5 of them in one day or something.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fun, I guess.
Morgan?
What's going on?
Well, I'm 12 and I'm pregnant, and I mean, I know that's a really young age, and I have no clue what to do. And I'm just really
scared. Where are your parents?
Like, they're at home. I mean, I'm at my friend's house right now, but it's just that, I asked my mom what she would do.
Oh, so you've told your mom about it?
No, I asked her, like when I was little, like when I was 10, I asked her what she would do, if I was pregnant.
What did she say?
She said that she would kick me out because she wouldn't want to take care of the baby because she's had 4 kids.
Mm-hmm. How old was she when she had her first kid?
I think she was 23.
Okay.
For her first kid?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I can't remember.
How old is your oldest sister?
My sister is 23, but my brother is 24.
How old's your mom?
She's 43.
Okay, so she was 21?
19.
Oh, 19. Wait, did I screw that up?
She's 24 and she's 43?
Yeah. 20?
19.
All right, so, Morgan?
Yeah?
How old was the guy who got you pregnant?
14.
Really? And is this your boyfriend?
Yeah, well, we're kind of messed up right now because, like, he cheats on me a lot. And when I was on the phone with my friend on 3-way, he asked her out.
Oh, nice. How do you know you're pregnant?
Because my cousin got me one of those pregnant testings because I felt really sick one day. And I told her about it. And, I mean, we used the condom, and we took about 2 of them, and they said that I was pregnant.
You used the condom?
Yeah, and I, broke, I guess. I don't know what happened.
What do you mean you don't know what happened?
No, but I used one, and I don't know how I would be pregnant by that, though.
How long ago was this sexual contact?
What do you mean? Like, how long ago did we do it?
Yeah.
It was, last month, June 8th.
Was it the first time you ever did it?
Yeah.
You did, so you've done it once only?
Yeah.
And he wore a condom?
Yeah.
You should. Can you go to a doctor or a Planned Parenthood, something like that, and get it checked out to make sure you're really pregnant?
Yeah.
That's what you ought to do. I mean, you're going to have to get involved in healthcare one way or another here, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of what you just decide to do with this pregnancy.
What grade are you in?
Although
Going into 7th.
I would think, you know what, you're going to need your parents' involvement here. I don't think you can get anything under the age of 14.
You mean like an abortion?
Well, even healthcare. You need parental involvement. I think under 14 in most states.
Oh boy.
So I mean, you got to tell your parents.
But I just really nervous because like
yeah.
they will get so mad.
Why don't you at least call Planned Parenthood? Let me give you a national number, okay?
All right.
Well, hold on. Let her go get a pen while Drew's priming himself to give this number out. What do you think's up at home though that she's 12 and giving it up?
Some disaster at home, of course.
You think so?
Of course.
Okay, I got
We haven't heard about Dad yet.
Where's your dad?
He
is at home.
he's at home with my mom.
What kind of guy is he?
I don't really like him.
What's he do?
Just a major jerk.
What's he do?
He's molested my cousin on my 9th birthday when I was there with all my friends, and he's just done a lot of crap.
Did it in front of you?
Yeah, he says like he really messed me up. Like I had a band concert and he just messed up my flute and stuff, and like it was like a big band concert, and I just hate the stuff he does. He's mean to all my friends when they come over.
Wow.
And I hate him. I mean, I tell my aunt like I want to kill him, but
He molested your cousin?
yeah.
In front of her.
Well, not in front of her, but you knew what was going on, right?
Like I was sleeping. Like I had a sleepover for my birthday, and like I had 4 friends over and 5 counting her, and I was sleeping and she was awake with my friend, and he called her out there so that we could get to sleep even though we were all asleep. And it was like 3 in the morning, and he took her out there, and my friend she woke me up and told me that my dad called her out, and so I went out there and I saw it, and then my cousin told me after.
How old's your cousin?
She's 16 right now.
Not nice.
And did your aunt or uncle ever find out about this?
Yeah, they got really mad, and my dad apologized, but he only apologized to my uncle.
Got
that's
mad and apologized, and okay. Thank you for apologizing.
But he didn't apologize to her. That's the thing.
You know what? There is no apology for this. There is no apology for this. There is only consequence.
Well,
what do you mean? Like, hey, come on, can't we? I know I felt your kid up, but can't we let bygones be bygones? You wouldn't accept that, Drew?
Let me give you the Planned Parenthood number. It's 1-800.
Yeah.
230.
Yeah.
PLAN.
All right.
Talk to them about what your options are, okay?
All right.
All right, Morgan.
All right, Morgan. Morgan.
Yeah.
Don't just let this thing go.
And don't screw up your own life because your dad's an asshole. Okay? It's not your fault he's an asshole. I'm
Please
sorry that you have that dad.
talk to these people.
All right.
Go talk. Call this number and talk to these people.
All right.
This will not go away.
All right.
Isn't it interesting how people will defend their inner concept of the parent to their own destruction? You know, I'm bad. That's why Dad behaves this way. Is sort of what they end up feeling. And they'll defend that idealized parent as opposed to accepting just how hideous and despicable these people are that happen to be their parents.
And Ann commented on my trying to pinch a loaf look that I'm giving. I am just, I'm picturing the 4 kids. 4. He's got 4 of his own. Could you imagine having your brother feel up your son or daughter? I mean, how
stuff like this makes me sick. Yes, it does.
How foreign is that? How just bizarre is that? There's certain crimes I understand, like insurance fraud. I even understand, I understand people killing their husbands or wives because they're going to get $200,000 from Mutual of Omaha. I don't condone it. Unless the guy had it coming. But I understand what the motivation is. There's something in it for them.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the hell is in it for you? Were you getting a hand up the panties of your, 12-year-old niece? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm disgusted with all of you. You hear me?
No. We're done.
We are?
Yeah.
And Mary's been on hold for 87 minutes, though. Mary?
Yes.
Mary's 19, is dating a 31-year-old guy. Will this continue to be a pattern for her? Well, unless you break the pattern, Mary.
You mean dating older guys?
I've always dated older guys. It's something about young guys. They just...
How does he treat you, this guy?
This guy, I mean, he's like a really great guy. I mean, it's not, I mean, he doesn't even want to have like a sexual relationship.
That's even more flawed. I know that sounds retarded, but that's really flawed. Because the only reason you should be dating a 19-year-old is to get laid when you're 31. There's something, Engineer Mike's nodding his head like one of those dogs in the back of the car. It's true. You're dating a 19-year-old at 31, and you're not trying to get in her pants.
Maybe
now
you
you
so
got real
guilty
problems.
about the fact that that's what he's actually doing, that he's compensating for it by not doing it.
All right. I don't know what it is, but we got to go to break.
This is Loveline. Loveline will be right back. WEBN. This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are not necessarily those of the staff or management or producers or directors or the advertising or anyone. They might be Bob's. I'm Bob, and they're mine. The producer of Loveline is Ann Wilkins. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment. We now return you to your highly tested, regularly scheduled programming. Bye.